Nightmare Viola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. So somebody sent me a link, and they were talking about Povetkin got dropped from the ratings. So I clicked on it, and it was actually a Hatman Strikes Back video. So shouts out to Hatman. But then I went to the WBC, their website myself, and looked for myself. Yeah, I see Povetkin's down in their top 15. At number one, they have Stavern. He went from he was number 2 in their last rankings, but he's number 1. Luis Ortiz number 2. Kubrat Pulev's number 3. Number 4, Dillian White. Number 5, Andrew Ruiz Jr. Number 6, Carlos Takam. Number 7, Johan Duapa. 8, Gerald Washington. 9, Marius Wach. 10, Andre Redinko. 11, Dominic Brazil. 12, Kayatoro Fujimoto. 13, Charles Martin. Wow. Okay, Charles Martin, number 13. Number 14, Eric Molina. Number 15 is Chris Arreola. And if you're interested about 16 through 20, you got Oscar Rivas at 16. Number 17, Trevor Bryan. 18, Fedosov. 19, Travis Kaufman. And number 20, you got Francisco Pianata, okay? Well, one thing I noticed, there's 3 guys that's missing from last month's ranking that's not rated anymore. Povetkin obviously being one of them. There's actually 4 guys. Povetkin being one of them. Jarrell Big Baby Miller was number 13 last month. He's not in the rankings. David Price, who just lost to Christian Hammer, was at number 14 last month. He's not in the rankings. And then you got Andres Warzik, or Arizik, however you pronounce it. He was at number 12. And he had the test result came out when he was preparing for Wilder. He's not in the top 15 no more. So with Price, I understand he just lost, so they probably dropped him. Warzik, and then Miller. I'm curious, because the WBC just came out a few days ago with their clean boxing program thing, and they were saying if you're not registered, they're going to drop you from the rankings. So I'm not sure if Miller's just not signed up to that. Is that why they dropped him, or what's going on? But I do know that Miller and the other 3 sanctioning bodies is in the top, I think the top 8 of the other 3 sanctioning bodies, at least the top 9 or 10. I know he's rated highly by the other 3, so I'm not sure exactly why he's not in the WBC's rankings this month. Jarrell Miller, I'm not sure. Now, the big news everybody wants me to talk about, right, is Povetkin being dropped. What does this mean? Well, his last, the last, what is it, the B sample that came back, I guess they're saying it came back positive, and then over in the lab here in America, the one out in Los Angeles, said it came back positive, all right? Then I guess there's Ryabinski submitted that same test to a lab out in Switzerland, and they're saying that it's negative, so you got all that shit that's going on, right? So with the WBC, I guess they just said until we figure out what the fuck we want to do, or they probably know what they want to do already and they haven't announced it yet. I don't know. I'm going to wait for that news to come out. All right. But the news right now is Povetkin is not in their top 15. This doesn't necessarily mean that next month he won't pop up in the WBO's top 15 or the IBF's top 15 or the WBA's top 15. I'm sure he can get a fight out over in his country whenever he wants to. I'm sure. So I won't be surprised if he pops up in one of these other sanctioned bodies' top 15. You know what I mean? But as of right now, he is not in the WBC's top 15. I haven't seen anything. If you guys have, please link it to me so I can do a video. But I haven't seen anything about the WBC coming out and saying something about this B sample that was released. I haven't heard from them. But so him not being in the top 15, it could mean something. And next month in March, he can fuck around and be number 1 again. You never know with the WBC, the way they do things, man. But all I know is the news. I know a lot of people get upset when I just talk about the news and what's out there. But yeah, he's not in their top 15, Povetkin. So is there a ban that's going to come after this? Is the WBC going to ban him and not sanction his fights for 2 years or something? I have no clue. It's just a whole bunch of speculation right now. But just looking at the rankings, though, man, if the WBC is trying to come up with a mandatory challenger, anybody in this top 6 right here, I'm good with any of those guys fighting in the eliminator. I'm good with however you want to mix and match it. Stavern, Ortiz, Pulev, White, Ruiz, Takam, or now if Ortiz and Wilder will be the fight. You know what I mean? For me personally, I know some of you guys will probably pick White or Pulev, whoever. For me, I'm speaking for me. You can speak for yourself in the comments section, but for me, Ortiz would be a great fight. You know what I mean? But if the WBC wants to do, a interim fight or whatever, to decide who's the interim champ or whatever, that's fair enough. But if they want to put together some eliminator type fights, I'm good with anybody in that top 6 fighting each other. However you want to mix and match it. At the bottom of the rankings, though, another fight for me that I would like to see a rematch of is Arreola versus Molina. That's just me. I just want to see a rematch of that fight, man. I know Arreola stopped him in the first round after getting hurt himself with a big right hand. He stopped Molina in the first round, but just where they're at in their careers right now, I would love to see a rematch of that fight for me. Even if it was in my damn garage, I just want to see that fight. I think it'd be entertaining. Even the build up to the fight, I think it'd be a good fight. They're both in the top 15 of WBC, 14 and 15. So I see Radinko moved up to number 10. Yeah, man, that's the news. Povetkin's not in the he's not rated number 1 anymore. And Miller is not in the top 15. Neither is Price. Neither is Warjic. I'm out.